Hello, this video is all about surface area of cubes and cuboids. So surface area is finding the area of all of the faces of a 3D shape and then adding that all up to find the total area that is covered by the outsides or the different faces of the shape. We're going to focus on cubes and cuboids today. But obviously you can find the surface area of any 3D shape using different formulas and things like that. Today we're just focusing on cubes and cuboids. Right, so let's just get straight into it. So on a cube you have 6 faces. All of those faces are squares, which means all of them are the same size. So you only really need to work out the area of one face because all of them are the same size. So once you know one of them, you know all 6 of them have the same area. So you can just multiply it by 6. So on this cuboid we've got here, we've got the length of the, sorry, not a cuboid, a cube. It's a cube because all the lengths are the same. You know the length or the width is 3. So that means you have all of these squares with base and height are both 3 because it's a cube and all of the faces are squares. So that means each of the areas would be 9. So 3 times 3 to get the area, base times height, is 9 centimeters squared is the area of one face. But we have 6 faces, so we need to multiply that by 6 because they're all the same. So 9 centimeters squared multiplied by 6 means the total surface area is 54 centimeters squared. Okay, we're still talking about area, so our units are the same, centimeters squared. Even though we're talking about area within a 3D shape, the units are still units of area, so they're centimeters squared. And that's it. That is the first one done. It'll be nice and easy because it is a cube. And all of the sides are the same. It gets a little bit trickier, or you just need to work through it a little bit more logically if you are looking at a cuboid. So not all of your dimensions are the same. You can see all 3 of the dimensions we've been given are different. So we need to think about what shapes we can see, which ones might be the same size, so we can kind of group them up to make it a little bit easier to calculate. So if we look at this front face that we can see here, it's a rectangle, obviously. It has a base of 7 and it has a height here of 3. Obviously, if this is 3, then so is that. So that has a height of 3, which means the area of that shape is 3 multiplied by 7, which is 21 centimeters squared. Now, if we think about a cuboid, the opposite sides are always the same. If we kind of sketch that in, just use this. If we kind of sketch it in, so like that, and like this. This back face here is exactly the same size as the one at the front. So that means we have 2 rectangles that have the same area. So we can multiply that 21 centimeters squared by 2, meaning we have a total of 42 centimeters squared. Altogether, between the front and the back areas, we have 42 centimeters squared altogether. Now if we look at the side, so we have this rectangle here. So it's a little bit smaller, looks something like that. The height of it is 3 and the base of it is 2, okay, because this is 2 and this is 3. That means the area of it is 3 multiplied by 2, which is 6 centimeters squared. And again, this side is going to be the same as the other side. So the left and the right hand sides of the cuboid are going to be exactly the same shape, meaning they will have exactly the same area. So we're going to multiply that by 2 because there are 2 rectangles that give you that have the same area, that are the same shape. So that means we've got 12 centimetres squared between the two sides of the cuboid. And that leaves us with just the top and the bottom. Okay, those, again, they are made of rectangles. They have bases of 7 and they have heights of 2. It's easiest to see there on the bottom. So the base of it is 2 and the height of it, the base of it is 7 and the height of it is 2. And then whatever is on the bottom of the shape, the top has to be the same to pair them up. So we have 7 times 2 is 14 centimetres squared. But again, we have 2 of those. So that makes 28 centimetres squared altogether. We need the total surface area, okay? So the area of all of those sides put together, which means we need to add them. So these totals that we have at the side, we need to add all 3 of them up. So we need to do 42, add 12, add 28, which is 82 centimetres squared. So the total surface area is equal to 82 centimetres squared. And this one here, that was the total surface area. I'm just going to write SA for short. Yeah, so those are your 2 basic ones. Obviously, a cube takes up a little bit less time because all of the sides are the same. So once you know one face, all of the rest are the same. Whereas a cuboid, you need to work through it a little bit logically. The sides will always pair up. So the front and the back will always be the same. The top and the bottom will always be the same. And the left and the right hand sides will always be the same size, which meaning they'll always have the same area. So each time you find the area of a rectangle, you can always multiply it by 2 because there will always be another face within the cuboid that has the same area. Okay. So we're now going to use that to solve a problem. So let's move along. We have a cuboid, we have a box, we're going to wrap it up for a present. We are told wrapping paper costs £1.20 per sheet and each sheet covers 500 centimetres squared. How much will it cost? Will it cost to wrap the cuboid? Okay, so the first thing, if you're wrapping it up, you are putting the wrapping paper around all of the surfaces. So we need to find out the surface area of that cuboid first before we can start working out how many sheets we'll need and then how much that's going to cost. So let's do the surface area first. So surface area. We have this front face, which is 50. It's a rectangle and it has a base of 50 and a height of 10. Yeah, so base of 50, this would be 10 because it would be the same as that one. So this is 10. So that means the area of it is 50 multiplied by 10, which is 500 centimetres squared. Remember that the front and the back, which if I just sketch it in, the back, so this, the back and the front are the same area, so we need to multiply that by 2. So we have 1,000 centimetres squared now, so far, in terms of our area. Now let's look at the sides. So again, they are rectangles and they have a base of 15 and a height of 10. So to find the area, we need to do 15 multiplied by 10, which is 150 centimetres squared. We need to multiply that by 2 because the right-hand side and the left-hand side are exactly the same shape, meaning they have the same area, which gives us 300 centimetres squared area between the two. And then lastly, we need to do the top and the bottom. They are still rectangles. They have a base of 50 and a height of 15. So to find the area, we need to do 50 multiplied by 15, which would be 750 centimetres squared. And again, we need to multiply that by 2 because the top and the bottom have the same area, they have the same shape, which gives us 1,500 centimetres squared. Yeah, I was just doubting myself for a second there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're right so far. We need to find the total surface area, so we need to add all of that up. 1,000, add 300, add 1,500 is 2,800 centimetres squared. And that gives us our total surface area. So we have a surface area of 2,800 centimetres squared. Each sheet covers 500 centimetres. So we need to work out how many 500 centimetres squared sheets we need to cover 2,800 centimetres. So we need to divide 2,800 by 500 to work out how many sheets of wrapping paper we need. 500 goes into 2,800 5 times with 300 centimetres left over. So that would be 0.6. So it goes in 5.6 times. So we need 5.6 sheets of wrapping paper. But we can't buy 0.6 of a sheet of wrapping paper. So that means we need to buy 6 sheets. Okay? If we only bought 5, we wouldn't have enough. So we need to buy more than we need to make sure we can cover the whole cuboid in wrapping paper. So we have to buy 6 sheets. We know they cost £1.20 each, and we're buying 6 of them. So to find the total cost, we need to do £1.20 multiplied by 6, which is £7.20. And that is your final answer. It will cost you £7.20 to wrap the whole box with the wrapping paper. Okay, so that is a problem solving, kind of applying surface area, using it in the real world kind of question, where you don't just have to work at the surface area, you need to use that to solve a problem at the same time. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, have a lovely day.